making peace and being able to deal with that, and is the part that you got to try to figure out,
Yeah.
and working through it and figuring out how to work with it without
Right.
drinking all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast. With your host, Craig Casamas and Big J Curran.
All right. What's up, guys? Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast. Coming at you on a beautiful Monday afternoon.
Gorgeous.
It's a very special day because I look amazing today,
Yep.
and Jay looks
Like Craig usually does.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
we're
we're
doing
doing
a little switch of roles here. You know what I mean? I took a little
swap.
time for myself and made myself look nice. You know what I mean?
It's incredible, dude.
Yeah, it's
it
pretty
really
good.
is, man.
Look at this fucking shit,
Yeah,
dude.
it's
Oof.
yeah.
Oof. I even
Yeah.
changed my shoes once to make sure I had the right shoes on.
You know,
You know.
I like that you roll with the same colors every time.
Hey, I'm
so
a
that
little
it's
bit at a
easy-
time.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
A little
yeah,
bit at a time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
But yeah, it's nice to be here.
Look like you stole a Habibi tent out of the fucking desert.
BB tent.
Habibi tent.
Wait, 5 seconds in, dude. 5 seconds in, and that's where we're already. I'm pretty sure the word Habibi tent is not a word, and then you had to throw the la 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 in there.
We know what it is.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's a nice day, and I decided to dress nice today. Put on some gold. You know,
Look-
make
you look
myself,
amazing, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I really am kind of bummed I didn't go home and change.
Yeah, me too, actually.
I went to the beach today, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I hate the
You
beach.
yeah, you hate the beach.
I
It's
hate
that's-
it.
even
Fuck
with the
sand.
dog, huh? You don't.
Fuck. Well, that's the big reason I did is I just wanted to go. But it just, I don't know, it's sand.
Why? What's so wrong with sand?
Because
It's the thing that makes
most of my
up the
life,
beach.
most of my life, I've ridden a motorcycle. Always.
Totally,
It's like since
yeah.
I was 15.
Okay.
I'm not one of those guys that rides a motorcycle with chucks and shorts.
No.
So I've always wore steel-toed boots and Dickies or Ben Davises for the most part. So anytime you go to the beach, you got to either take your shoes and socks off or you're going to get sand in your boots. And I don't go to the beach. I'm not getting sand in my boots. There's no reason for me to walk out there. There's a perfectly fine bar that has no sand. You could find me there.
No
Go to
going
sand.
in the water.
No, I don't go in the water.
At all?
No.
Why?
Nope. Because there's shit in that water I ain't into. I just don't do it, man.
Pools?
All right, look. Years ago, I had some friends of mine that, and we've talked about how I had different friends, and I had a certain friends, Anthony. I hope Anthony hears this story because it was Anthony and Steve and a couple other guys, and they took us down by Sycamore.
Okay.
One of the beaches down there. What is it? La Jolla. We went down there and we went and body surfing or whatever you wanted to call it.
Sure.
And I went out there and just got racked. And, I'm out there and I'm trying to body surf, which I don't know what to do. I've never really done it. And I got smacked by a wave. And then I finally get back up and I catch air and rise. I catch air, smacked again. And then I'm fighting a whip tide and I'm doing all this shit, dude.
Dude, you went out the wrong fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Totally.
that. Fine. But by the time I finally got to the beach,
Yeah.
they had to literally come and drag me up off the beach.
Shit, you got set up.
Yeah. No, they didn't at the time. They didn't. At the immediate
They
time,
didn't know that you grew
but
up
as
with
soon
black
as
people,
as
is
soon as
what
they
you're saying.
dragged me up onto the beach
Right.
and dropped me, then they all started laughing their asses
Yeah.
off. And I went, "Nah, man, I'm good. I don't need this. It just ain't." No, I grew up swimming, but I swam in lakes and rivers and ponds. We didn't do
Like how long
ocean.
it took you to get that one.
On a,
Yeah.
On a low tide with no wind, the ocean is the same thing.
Yeah.
So you had one bad experience.
No, there was a couple of them.
Okay.
I got jacked at La Jeunesse, man. I got caught in a riptide. my buddies convinced me to go surf, and I went out there and got caught in a riptide, and finally got back to, like, I got to the rocks to get up, you know, and as I'm getting up, the fucking wave hits me in the back of the head and slams my face off those barnacled rocks, and then I had to go to work that night, and my whole face is just hammered from the rocks, and it was like there was, you know, enough experiences there that I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't, you know, it's not something I need to go do.
Well, I'm glad that you're getting out of your comfort zone.
I take a bath every day, man. That's enough water right there. Yeah. Yep.
You don't go to Burt Kreischer and just shower in a pool or anything?
That's so fucking gross, dude. It is.
The next episode
Yeah.
of Jay versus the ocean.
Yeah, totally. Dude.
Man, it's uncomfortable.
I really enjoy it, and I've almost died I don't know how many fucking times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I won't even let my dog get near the water.
Really?
Because I'm scared that if something happens, that I'm going to have to go out there and fucking catch her.
Like she's going to get into a plot.
I don't know. But
Christ.
I'm not going to take that chance. You know what I mean?
All right.
But it was such a beautiful day today.
It was.
And letting her just run amok up and down the beach was
Yeah.
fun to watch. And, you know, everybody was really cool. And there wasn't a lot of people. I liked that a
Yeah.
lot. It was pretty
Well, it's
mellow.
Monday, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And just listen to some good music. And
Yeah.
wish I had smoked some weed.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, we had a pretty interesting weekend, I think.
We had a good weekend.
Right.
Yeah, we had a really good weekend.
Saturday, I came to your house. And
Yeah.
You were 3 sheets to the wind. Like
Since
the night before,
Friday.
essentially.
Yeah.
And that was we came over there for the Paint Your Partner night that your beautiful lady fucking set up, which
Yeah.
was very fun.
It was a good time.
And I realized that we are dog shit at painting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's so
Yep.
bad.
I never even.
Yours wasn't even a human.
It was a human. I do abstract work.
Yeah,
You know. Yeah.
abstract artist.
Yeah. Abstract.
Totally.
Very
Yeah.
abstract. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
5 Points Meat Market. Their hot dogs.
They are good.
They are
They're
so
very good.
fucking good, man. I like going there anyways. That's where I get most of my stuff.
Yeah.
Local meat market, local owned, local people.
Right.
You know, good rancher that comes from. It's all whatever you want. But those hot dogs were killer.
They were very good.
Yeah. And I definitely was 3 sheets.
You were
Still managed
so
to
drunk.
Still managed to get everything done.
This is true.
Yeah. And it is, you know, as bad as my picture was, it still was a little better than yours. I
Yeah,
mean,
oh, yeah,
yours was
100%.
pretty-
I'll give you that. Mine was
Yeah.
terrible, dude. My wife was like, "Holy shit!
Shit,
Look
yeah.
at this." Yeah, she looked like a harpy, like essentially. You know what I mean? Like a fucking. It was terrible. Dude.
This is what you think of me?
Yeah, pretty much.
No,
yeah.
I know.
And then,
it's not.
That should be your Halloween costume this year.
oh,
Just
dude,
wear 3 sheets.
there you go, 3 sheets, dude.
I can't really do that.
Yeah.
If I start wearing
That's
a
true.
sheet for Halloween, it really immediately gets mistaken for something that I am not part of.
It just
Yeah.
happened to have a point on the
Yeah,
top of it. Yeah.
Kenny's Wainimi came out. Yeah, wear a sheet for Halloween.
You should do blackface.
That's how I
dude.
keep my neighbors in check.
Yeah, no, it was very fun, dude.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really did.
And we did show you the video,
Yes, you did.
the secret video.
If you guys haven't seen it, it's on our Patreon. It's Jayaholics. We're going to be having coins for sale before too long.
You like the coin I made?
Love the coin
Yeah,
you made, dude.
dude,
Love
fucking-
that
it's
fucking
so good.
coin. Loved it.
We should make legit coins, dude.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen a couple places that do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was hilarious, man.
Dude.
My daughter was just sent me a text message going, "I cannot wait to watch this
Right,
video."
right.
You know, and it made me
We'll
feel.
tell her to subscribe.
It made me feel really, really, really good. I already sent it to her. It made me feel so good when your ode to was awesome, and then everybody was kind of like, well, you know,
Yeah.
it's hard to, you know,
It-
it's hard,
yeah.
really hard to even say anything bad about the guy, you know.
That's what you took away from that?
you guys, it's, you know. And then, but yeah, and
Holy
the
shit.
stories weren't even.
They weren't bad at
hardly-
all.
No, they
Yeah.
weren't, and
No.
they just barely scratched the surface of all the stories.
100%. The reality is that we could keep up the charade of shitting on you for about 20 minutes.
Yeah,
And it was really hard to, like, just, you know,
Yeah.
like, because those are your best friends, dude. You know what I
Oh.
mean? So, yeah, it was seriously entertaining. Your chick is a sneaky evil genius,
She's
dude.
hilarious.
She's fucking.
She's so
she
cool.
hit me up about doing it. I was like, do you think he's gonna like this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, and I know I just knew the personality. Like you've been trying to get any of those guys. I mean, your brother will come on anytime.
Yeah,
but
anytime.
Dave and and Harvey.
Yeah.
And you've been trying to get them on, and they're on without you. You know what I mean? That's what I figured you'd be mad about.
No,
but
not at all.
I thought it was what a good fucking idea, dude.
Yeah.
And I wasn't trying to throw her under the bus and blame her, but I was like, dude, I was like, you're a fucking evil genius, dude. Yeah.
She's got shit like that in her head all the time.
Oh,
man.
yeah, that's
she's
great.
so she's always got different things, and she's just so good at it.
Yeah.
She really is.
Very fucking funny, dude.
Part of how I ended up getting trashed on Friday is we had our 35th high school reunion
Right.
party at the garage.
Damn.
Yeah, what a trip, dude.
Yeah.
Just and I knew I pretty much knew that I wouldn't see maybe 3 or 4
yeah.
people that I knew.
35 years is like where people just are like, nah, dude, I'm not doing that.
Well, yeah. Well, and all my friends that I hung out with in high school that were the good guys, there's 2 different sets of friends in there.
Uh-huh.
There's the ones that are on heroin, in rehab, in prison, or dead.
Right.
That's one set of friends.
Right.
The other set of friends were my brother's friends that I became friends with, like Dave Rhodes and Wade Edwards and Robert Gurrow, Steve Holman, and all these guys, and we're still all friends. We
Right.
still all talk to each other.
Yeah.
But our reunions are, hey, it's a birthday party, or
Right,
hey, let's
right,
have a
yeah.
barbecue, and we all
Yeah.
we all stand around and just shit on each other for hours, and
Yeah.
it's just the funniest fun. We're all barbecuing and drinking beers and talking shit and having a blast. Seeing all those people on Friday, there's one guy in particular, and his name's Keith Matautua, and we played football together in high school, and we've known each other, and we see each other once in a while. And I told myself, if I see him there, I am going to get him hammered. And he showed up.
Yeah.
And he showed up kind of late in the game, and I was already a couple shots into it by
So
then.
you're going to get him hammered, but that meant you were getting hammered yourself.
I have no problem sacrificing myself to get somebody else blottoed.
Just to fuck someone's weekend up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the first thing on Saturday, we were over at Peninsula Park in Oxnard, and he showed up, and he immediately just looks at me and shakes his head and mouths, "You motherfucker." And he goes, "Yeah, I had to get up and go play golf with my daughter this morning."
Jeez, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like
it
in
was
those
awesome,
days,
man.
I'll just drive straight to speaking of the ocean that you hate. I'll drive straight to the ocean and just get in.
Oh, yeah. I can
That's
see
a
that.
fucking beautiful hangover cure. I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't cure it, but it gets you immediately where you're like, oh, fuck, okay. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'll jump right in the cold ocean, dude, like, 10 in the morning or whatever, and just go and just float for like 15 minutes, freezing my ass
Yeah.
off, dude. It's like an ice bath, basically.
Yeah,
you know, that's when I really appreciate the ocean, dude. If
Yeah.
I have that type of hangover,
I'm with you with that.
Ooh,
except
fuck, it's
for
brutal.
if you can find a river or something.
Yeah.
I
But
love
rivers have sand.
rivers. Don't have sharks.
Oh, okay.
Rivers don't have.
It's the fear of the thing that's beneath for you.
I kind of got an idea how to deal with a river, and it's kind of the same concept of how you deal with like a riptide or whatever. You just let it take you.
Sure.
But in a river, you just know that you're going to get taken 30 or 40 feet down until you can get some bottom. In the ocean, if you get caught up in a riptide, it's how far out is it going to take you?
Oh, fuck. A few hundred feet, usually.
Yeah, man. That's enough. don't
Jay
need it.
versus the American River, Fork 4.
Yeah. And I grew up around rivers that you were not don't
supposed
play
to
in,
swim in,
like
yeah.
Green River.
Yeah.
Up in Wild, like you don't just jump into Green River. You don't just jump up in Kern River.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to
Ooh,
go to
boy.
certain spots. If you don't go to certain spots,
Cool, buddy. Yeah.
many people die in that river every
Yeah.
year because it's so dangerous. But if you could find that nice little spot, it's got the little dig out and they rocked it out and put your chair in that water and just
Yeah,
hang out,
it's
man.
nice,
It's a
man.
beautiful thing.
It is nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, well, yeah, you were shithoused on
Yeah,
Saturday.
yeah.
And then we had a good night anyway. It was
Yeah.
awesome. I got home, and I actually went on a ride yesterday. That was fun with some guys.
Awesome.
Yeah. It was
Where'd you guys go? You were good?
We went. It was a bunch of the guys at Memento Mori. Like a few of them have bikes, and so we went up, did that same loop, Santa Ana, Casitas, went to Deer Lodge,
Okay.
got some food, and then came back, and then went to your bar for about. I don't think I got home until about 10 o'clock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a good time, dude. It was like 2 youngsters that are 22 years old, and then a couple old guys. You know what I mean? And we were having a fucking good old time.
Bunch
dude.
of different bikes, huh?
Yeah. One of them had one of those KT fucking like enduro KTMs. Yeah, he had a KTM. The other guy had some Yamaha Harley lookalike, and then Rick has a legit fucking like a tour. I don't even know, like
Electric
a Road
Glide,
King
yeah.
Electric Glide. There you go, Electric Glide, and then Josh has his whatever the fuck that thing is. But it was cool. We had a good time, dude. It was fun to ride. I hadn't got out and ridden in a while. You know what I mean? Which was super super nice. And then I had a few beers at the bar and felt pretty good.
Yeah.
Not hungover, just fucking nice buzz. That was good.
I worked at the bar yesterday.
I know. I wanted to get there before you left, but we didn't leave till fucking 3:30. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so we got the bar at like 6.
Yeah.
I was like, And I saw Honey. Actually, I was getting fuel. She was going to pick you up or something. But yeah, it was a nice day, dude. It was beautiful. And then the week before that, something I definitely want to bring up is that I got molested at your bar.
Yes,
I got fucking actually. I think I got molested at your bar.
You were pretty
Pretty well in there, right?
Yeah, you were aroused.
It wasn't until it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you now part of the Me Too movement?
Yeah, I totally identify as a victim now. Dude.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm fucking done, dude. So just for reference, we were at the bar hanging out. This dude's a nice guy. I don't even know his name, but anyway, we're fucking around, hanging out. This dude's really drunk, and we start talking, and all of a sudden he just pops a fucking hand on my shoulder and starts rubbing my shoulder, right? And I'm like, I don't really get weird about shit like that. You know what I mean? It's not, he seemed like a harmless dude,
Yeah.
But man, he ended up, he got his ass out of the chair, and at one point, it's me and my wife sitting here, and this dude is giving me a full massage.
Yeah.
I mean, a full fucking massage. From my neck down to my butthole, dude, and back up again. And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, this is fucking, this is
how, because I was sitting there as this
Jay
was
had
going
another
on.
perspective.
So, yeah, this is the conversation. So here, my name is Fred, Fred Yakachak or whatever Greek name it is.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then, and then Craig goes, oh, yeah, no, I'm Greek too. I'm a Kasamas. And I'm like, oh, okay. And right after that dude immediately was like, oh, I just figured it was a Greek thing because you know about Greeks, Because he just immediately started rubbing all over.
He was a touchy
on him.
Greek.
Oh, he got touchy-feely really fast.
Insane.
And I'm like, it's just some Greek thing, I guess. I guess this is how they do it. And so, I got up and walked away, left him alone, just kind of let Craig do his thing,
It was fucking nuts, dude. It was like upper shoulders are fine. Now he's in the middle of my back and he's fucking magic fingering me. And then he gets down and he starts grabbing my love handles and shit. And I'm like, as soon as he got down to the bottom, I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, thanks, man. And my wife's sitting right next to me and she's just dying, you know what I mean? And now he's working his way back up, right? So he finally gets done. I'm like, cool, dude, thanks. Fucking whatever. He sits back down and he goes, who's this? And I go, that's my wife. And he gets up and he goes and stands behind her and goes to touch her. And I was like, hey, don't touch my fucking wife. And he's like, whoa. He's like, well, I was just going to. I said, no one fucking massages my wife. Don't touch my fucking wife. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he sits down, right? And then fucking here comes the hand again. And he's touching my shoulder. And I'm like, finally, I'm like, hey, you're fucking up my beer drinking, dude. Yeah. Is what I told him. I said, now you're fucking up my beer drinking, okay? We're good. We're good with the massages. Whatever. So he ends up moving on, and there's a whole other fucking thing that happened after that. But my wife actually she was like, because she came to a girl's rescue, later over that. And she was like, I feel so bad. I just sat there and watched it happen. She saw if it was a chick, I'd jump up and help her. She's like, I just watched you get molested. And no, I couldn't do a thing to help you.
I got up and walked away.
And at one point I look up and he's halfway down my back and I'm like, and I'm just looking at Jay and he's dying across the bar, dude.
Katie, I literally, when it started, I just giggled to myself and I got up and I walked to the other side of the bar and just looked over. And I look over at him and he's just looking at me like, what is going on? And I'm laughing my ass off. There's two girls sitting there with me. I'm telling them what's going on. Dude. I go, oh yeah, he's getting it right now.
He got down. Yeah. I mean, he literally at one point swiped my ass crack, and I was like, okay, all right, dude. We're fucking.
I told the girls, there's those Greek guys over there getting at it.
But I literally at a certain point, I was like, No means no, man. Like, stop fucking touching
yeah.
me, man. Like,
And he's a really
He's a
really,
great dude.
really really good guy. He's super super nice.
he just
I'm
was
not
too
gonna say
fucking
his
drunk.
name,
No.
but yeah, he was just way
too
too
drunk.
inebriated.
Just too drunk. You know
Yeah,
what I
he
mean?
ended up getting watered and walked out.
Right, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and it was, like I said, it was just, I was like, God, dude, I was like, I felt helpless for a minute,
Mm-hmm.
dude. I was like, I kind of know what it feels like now. Just a little bit. A little taste, you know what I mean?
It made me so happy.
God, it was fucking crazy, dude.
I've had a couple of times where I've been in those situations
Yeah.
where you just at the end of it, you're like, okay, I get it.
Uh-huh.
I totally get
Yeah.
how
Weird
that-
this is.
Oh,
How,
man.
when you have someone that you do not want touching you, touch
Yeah,
you,
I
dude.
mean, we told you about it when I was in Oregon, and having not only like you could have closed your eyes and murdered that dude,
Yeah.
and not done anything but hit him with one of your titties.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
I had
That was nice.
I had like a bunch of guys that looked like you
Right,
standing around me, and I'm like, there's nothing I could do.
Yeah.
If those guys had decided, and I remember thinking to myself, wow, women live with this all the time.
Yeah.
You know,
What, were you-
'cause
what is this situation? I don't know.
I was in Portland. I thought we talked about this. I was
Did
in
we?
Portland.
You
at,
told me
like,
about
the
when you stabbed the
speakeasy.
guy in the leg or whatever.
No, that was
No.
when I was a young kid.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
No,
I
I
don't
was
remember this
I
one.
was in Portland with my brother Andy Chandler, and we went to this. Andy Chandler and a guy named Brian Garcia. And Brian Garcia is a no like patchouli oil, no deodorant, wears like a vest,
Okay.
cut off jeans.
Sure.
And he's got big mutton chops and a
Okay.
bald head,
Okay.
and all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
piercings,
Yeah.
and he's 100% gay.
Leather daddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
So we go to the speakeasy place, man, and it was really really a trip. It
Cool,
was
yeah,
really
yeah.
cool. Not like the 1903 speakeasy in Oxnard or whatever that is, and but like a legit, like you walk into a room that's like almost like an elevator, and it's all caged, completely
Right.
caged in, and you ring a button, and somebody opens up the door and looks and sees who's in there, and
Yeah.
then they close the door, and then you go up, and then you go into this
Yeah,
room,
like a legit.
yeah,
speakeasy,
and then the room was just like it was like goth and like little Chinese Japanese gangsters
Mm-hmm.
and but there was also a crew of big burly leather bears,
Yeah,
man.
totally.
And they were all they're friends of Brian,
Sure.
and
You guys were fresh meat.
they had a video poker machines on the bar. This was a legit underground like crazy
Right.
bar. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I go over and I drop a 20 in there and I'm sitting there drinking and all of a sudden I was like, man, what's going on? I just got, my that hair on the
tingles,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And I'm like, I look back and there's like four big burly hairy dudes and Brian Garcia standing there and they're all looking at me and I'm like, yeah, hey, what's up, man? What's going on? And they're like, oh, just
checking
what's
you
up?
out."
Just checking you out. Yeah. I'm like, nah, man, I'm good.
Yeah.
I am good.
Are you sure though?
And oh man, and I'm in my head, I am legitimately thinking I could probably stab two of these dudes
Yeah.
before they got me,
Yeah.
before they really got me.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to stab them. Like there's
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And so I'm, running this scenario through my head, and I'm like, hey, you guys, I'm straight, dude. You guys know I'm straight. And one guy goes, yeah, well, if you're straight, can your girl do this? And he went like this with his jaw, and then dropped it. It just popped out
Oh, he
and
unlocked
just
his
unlocked
jaw?
his jaw, dude.
Like a snake? Like
Yeah.
unhinged it?
And I went, no, get away from me right now. You guys back the fuck up off me.
Yeah.
Hey, Andy, we got to go
We
now.
got- we're out.
We're leaving. I am out. I couldn't. And I remember just thinking the whole time I was thinking like,
You might be helpless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about like, women think that we don't understand, but if you're a man that grew up in the situations that I grew up in life, you do understand what it's
A
like.
little bit, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
it's quite a bit, man.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, I
sure,
spent
yeah.
a good portion of my life when I walked out that door knowing that I could get jumped and beat up or stabbed or shot.
Right.
at
But rarely
any fucking
raped.
time.
But rarely raped.
No, but
Right.
killed.
Yeah, sure. Getting killed sucks. you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. I mean, there's,
But,
Yeah.
getting killed sucks. But, like, I often, because it's all sisters, you know what I mean? It's like, they live their whole entire lives going like, who the fuck is behind me? You know what I mean? Like,
So did I, though.
yeah, but they just rape you.
Yeah.
Just violate your body. You're like, holy fuck, man. It's it
Oh,
is.
man, you walk around the corner and you catch the wrong group of Mexicans.
100%, yeah. It's scary.
It's not fun.
It is similar, you
You're
know what I
getting
mean?
beat down by 4 guys.
It hurts. Yeah.
Sucks.
It hurts, yeah. I mean, you're not going to get any victimhood points out of it, but
No, not even a
but
little
still,
bit.
it's I
Not
understand
even
what
a
you're
little
saying, but
Yeah.
when it comes to the sexual shit, you're like, ew, fuck,
No,
you know what
man,
I mean? There's been
I'm
like
not-
maybe 2 times ever in my life where I was like, this could really suck, like that, like getting
Sexual
fucking
stuff.
violated, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's been a few times, but yeah, it's not every fucking day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, damn, dude, like you'd have to fucking. They always say in jiu-jitsu, if one guy can choke you, 2 guys can hold you down and rape you. You know what I mean? So don't
Yeah.
get choked in jiu-jitsu.
No.
You're like, all right.
No, it's why, knives, guns.
Yeah, something, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild, dude. Yeah, I got so I started going to therapy and fucking.
One of the reasons I don't go to therapy, because we were talking about therapy a little bit ago. One of the reasons why I won't go to or haven't gone back to therapy and haven't talked to somebody is because I've gone through like 3 therapists.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stories that I really don't want to tell people.
Sure. Yeah.
And to have to go do it again.
Yeah.
And then you go do it and you get into it and you start talking to the guy. And then after like 4 sessions, you realize this person is not
equipped.
They're not
Yeah.
even kind of close.
Totally,
man.
dude.
And then the people I think that are equipped to really help somebody that's like actually gone through some stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of them out there actually like go, well, hey, let me now go and relive people's
Totally,
stories
man, yeah.
constantly.
Yeah.
I think it takes a special type of person to be a therapist, and a good
Yeah.
one's really hard to find.
Yeah. I mean, I don't find value in reliving horror. You know what I mean? Like, obviously I've had some traumatic shit happen to me, you know what I mean? And I feel like I've dealt with it. You know what I mean? Like, obviously there's things I'm sure that I could work on, but as far as that kind of shit, like, there's an argument for me that therapy is fucking, like,
A Scientologist in you.
a little bit. Yeah. I mean, it's like, dude, why do we need to relive horrors, like, over and over again? You know what I mean?
Well, I think
You know
that
what I
part
mean?
of it is...
Now,
is-
if you have
is
some shit that's locking you up that you can't move on from, okay, sure.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm a fucking grown ass man. I had weird shit happen to me when I was younger, when I was a fucking teenager, all kinds of shit, and I don't feel the need to relive it. You know what I mean? I think
No.
I've made peace with whatever happened to me. You know what
Well,
I mean?
I think that making peace and being able to deal with that and is the part that you got to try to figure out,
Yeah.
and working through it and figuring out how to work with it without
Right.
drinking all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I catch myself all
Sure.
the time. Catch myself and as knowing like that because once I stop drinking, it all just comes right back, like
Sure.
immediately. Yeah. And then when you've been partying extensively, when you get that first couple of days of sober,
Yeah.
you're in a funk.
You're a
man, and
yeah.
it gets bad. It
Yeah.
gets really, really bad. That's when you got to go for a walk.
Yeah.
smoke weed,
Well, maybe that's a time,
eat some mushrooms.
do some shit. I like therapy for tools to help you. You know what I mean? Like that kind of shit. But I don't. Not
You're
one part of me
pretty well
needs.
grounded, Craig.
For the
You
most
really
part,
are
I feel
pretty
like I
well
am.
grounded.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I am.
you really, really are, man.
I
You know.
fucking feels like it.
Yeah.
80%. I actually had a conversation with my buddy the other day, and he was we were talking about some really crazy shit that happened in our friend group that I'm not going to talk about because it's whatever. But he was filling me in on all this shit that is going on, right? And I'm like, whoa, dude, really? Like, what the fuck? And he goes, motherfucker, I wish I could just live in your head with the amount of things you don't know. You know what I mean? Because he's like, just like, not like I'm dumb, but I am so turned off from that shit, like drama. Who's this? Where's that? What's happening? And it's like, in certain friend groups, it's like that is their whole existence. You know what I mean? And he was dying. He's like, fuck, I wish I could live in your fucking head for a minute. Like, he's all, is it clear? Like, it's just clean? He's all, you don't have all these crazy dark secrets from everyone? I was like, nope,
No,
none of
'cause
them.
you don't put up with it.
I don't at all.
Yeah, and you really are really well grounded in how you deal with things, and we're not. Throughout the years, you go through friend groups. It's just part of the
100%,
program.
yeah.
I mean, I've had so many different friend groups, and that's
Right.
why people are like, "How the fuck is it that you have 300 people show up for your birthday?"
Right.
Well, in the last,
Yeah.
in the last 40 years,
Yeah.
I've befriended a lot of people,
Sure.
man, and I've had different groups of friends in different areas at different times at the same time.
Yeah.
Like as close as we are, I still have people that you don't really know.
100%.
And
totally. Yeah, they're all coming on the podcast. But.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Line up the
amount of
stories,
people
man.
that want to come on for the Jayaholics podcast
Oh.
is wild, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
And you're not invited to any of them.
I have no problem with because I know where I stand in life.
Of
man.
course, yeah.
And I'm way okay.
Yeah.
There's been some things that I've done that I'm not very proud of. But
course,
for the
yeah.
most part, I'm pretty solid in my
Yeah.
actions and how I've dealt
Totally.
with life.
And it's all done with love.
Oh, 100%.
Most of it.
Yeah,
Except for your brother. He really wanted to get you, dude.
of course. Of course, but
Just kidding,
he has to understand that anything he says and does, there's ramifications for it.
Yeah, of
there's
course.
nobody that knows him better than I do.
Yeah. No.
And we
sure.
both have some
Yeah.
pretty insane shit in our lives.
Yeah.
I heard him telling the story about when I climbed the cliff to save us when we were up in
Yeah,
Washington.
yeah, he told
Man,
that,
yeah, there's a few of those.
Of course,
stories,
man. Yeah, there's
you know.
I've done the same, not that extreme, but I've had the same situations with my siblings.
It was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That
No,
was
I
fucking
dude, I
crazy.
can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that you bring up, all these people that show up to your birthday,
Is it? Oh, that's right. Your birthday's coming up, isn't it?
Oh, it's actually, as this podcast releases, it's today.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, happy birthday,
Hey, thanks,
sunshine.
man. Yeah, I tried to
Here,
dress up. I thought maybe someone would give a shit.
We'll do it.
Jay makes a whole fucking month out of his birthday, and we have to do.
Hold on.
We have to do a whole
Hold on, hold on,
celebration.
hold
We
on.
talk about it on the
Tyler
podcast.
spoke, like, way too fucking fast.
Yeah, I
Let's-
know it's terrible. Yeah, no,
let's-
I
let's
just
talk
I
about
decided
this.
to just dress up
Hey,
for my birthday.
Let's not
dude.
bring up the roast and how we made this whole big party for him.
I planned it.
Yeah, and then fucked up the whole thing by not getting it on fucking tape.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
on that note, happy
Yeah.
birthday, bro.
Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, I just figured I'd dress nice today. I figured maybe
I
someone
like
else,
it. I really like
someone
it,
else
dude.
in this world
Your
that I
mammal
helped
toe
create.
is fucking amazing.
Thank you,
dude.
yeah, I
yeah.
appreciate you. Is it getting there?
I'm gonna be working that later.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I just figured maybe someone in this universe I helped create would give a shit. You know, let's have a happy birthday, dude.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's
Hurry
cool.
up.
That's nice. Yeah. No, you didn't bring like a tequila or nothing for me,
Yeah, I
like
just
no
gave it to you.
presents or.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. That's really.
You're welcome. And then you spat it on the floor.
It got caught on my beard. Thanks, man. Yeah. So yeah, it's my birthday today.
Happy birthday, man.
For
So what are we doing next weekend?
I don't
Dinner?
know. I don't know. We're having a bachelor party.
Oh yeah, I'm cooking you dinner on Saturday.
You're not cooking me dinner at all. This is not about me at all, dude. Yeah, no. No, I'm just going to go celebrate my birthday with my family like a normal human, not take a full 10 days off
Really?
work.
Like a normal human.
Yeah.
Is your boy gonna try to piss on you again?
God damn it. I almost forgot about that. Oh, shit.
Oh,
Yeah, that's...
happy birthday from Bronson, huh?
Holy shit. So, let's get into this because this is I've had a lot of things happen to me as a dad. You know what I mean? And my kids are uniquely individual from themselves, right? And I thought I've seen it all. Bronson is a whole nother fucking animal, dude. I mean, a whole animal. So, I was with your brother on, what was it, Sunday morning?
Yeah.
I was with your brother Sunday morning. We went to breakfast. And we got back to my house, we were splitting off. I was like, all right, bro, see you later. And my boy Bronson is on our balcony, right? It's just open slats, a little fucking handrail. And he's like, what's up, Dad? And he's like yelling at me, and I'm like ignoring him, you know what I mean? And so as Chris is walking away, I'm starting to walk in the house, and I see just this stream of water hitting the doormat. And I look up, and this motherfucker is like this. And he's got his dick out, and he's pissing through the fucking, off the balcony, and he's trying to piss on my head. And I'm like, what the fuck? And your brother's like, holy shit. Because my kids are fucking wild. Bronson is especially wild, you know what I mean? But
That really sounds like something.
Let's hold
yeah,
on.
I know,
Yeah.
it's
So,
very me. It's
first
very
of
up my
all,
alley.
your kids are not wild. Bronson's wild.
Bronson's wild as fuck.
Scout and King are cool as hell and
Yeah.
very, very, very,
Bronson
very chill, man.
doesn't give a
yeah,
shit.
Bronson's a little fucking nutbag.
He's nuts. Dude.
And so my brother, after it's all said and done, my brother immediately calls me. Like, he's coming to the bar to come see me.
Right.
But it was so good that he calls me up. He's like, dude, I got to tell you this shit, man. I just dropped Craig off the house. Craig was walking the house, and King was up on the porch trying to piss on him. So Chris tells me that
It's
it was
King,
King.
yeah, which would be way
Oh
wilder.
my God. I am literally out of breath. I don't even know what to do. And I'm like, what in the fuck did Craig say? Because it's King.
Yeah, King,
You know?
14-year-old
Yeah,
motherfucking kid.
and I'm like, God, what is going on with King? And then and Chris is like,
Yeah.
Craig was just like, hey, buddy,
Yeah.
not cool.
yeah.
And I went, what? What's your fucking 14-year-old kids trying to piss on you off the balcony? And it's like, hey, buddy, not cool.
Yeah.
And in my
I'm-
head, I'm like, God, that is him. You know, that's his. You know, being yeah.
Like I've ever had that lax of a parenting style.
Amen.
Yeah.
You're like, there's a time and a place, son.
King
Yeah,
can't tie his
dude.
shoes, and I'm pissed. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I was like, what the? Okay,
Dude,
But seriously,
no.
man, I had tears streaming
Yeah.
down my face. I was laying on the bar.
Yeah.
People are looking at me like I'm crazy because they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
and I'm just fucking
Here's
dying.
the fucked up part. I just thought he had to take a piss and pissed off because he doesn't even pee in the house. He runs to the backyard. He pees, outside. He's a fucking boy. He's like a true boy. He's always fucking showing me his butthole. You know what I mean? Like he farts on me. It's a fucking. He's a maniac. So I'm like, well, fuck, man. I'm like, dude, I get in the house with my Bronson. You can't fucking pull your dick out in the middle of the neighborhood on the second balcony and pee off the balcony. And Rosie's like, is that what he did? I was like, yeah. She's like, oh. She's all, as soon as he heard you pull up, he goes, I'm going to go trick Dad and make him think it's raining. And Rosie's downstairs and didn't think a thing of it. You know what I mean? She thought maybe he's going to fucking whatever. But this motherfucker was trying to piss on my head.
What a plotter. He's going to be the fucking future YouTuber of the world.
And the amount of glee in his face, because it was a perfect arc right onto our doormat, which is like a fuzzy doormat. Now I'm like, tight, dude.
Yeah.
A bunch of piss on it. You know what I mean? Like,
it doesn't. It's so weird.
but it was a perfect arc, and I was feet from walking into it. Yeah, I mean, he almost got it, dude. If you would have waited one more second, it would have been over, dude. And I just look up, and he's like, yeah! You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck, man. But he planned it. He planned it.
Yeah.
He absolutely planned it.
Have we talked about that YouTuber shit?
What about?
Have we got into that?
About
Just
how awesome they are?
There's a lot of it that's cool, man. But there's a lot of shit that these guys do, man, that I'm just like,
the practical
you're
joke shit?
setting this up. You're setting this up. You're doing this so that you can get YouTube clicks. But what happens when that dude murks you?
Yeah.
And then you guys are, like, even if you just get beat up and put in the hospital, you're literally going to be laying in the hospital grinning because you're going to know that you're going to get 1 million views.
Right.
But that dude that got tired of your bullshit's going to prison
Totally, dude.
because you think it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
You ever see that little fucking skinny ass little punk dude that walks around with his
Chucho
arms like
Pop.
this?
Oh,
and
yeah.
he walks around and he like bumps somebody.
Yeah.
And then if anybody kind of says anything to him, he'll turn around all tough and he's got some fucking giant gorilla fucking white dude. We'll
Security
say
guard,
white
yeah.
dude because I just said gorilla and I don't want to say that he was black now. But some giant white dude that just stands there and is like looking down at this guy and you're like,
Dude, you just checked this fucking guy.
oh my
Yeah.
God. And
I don't
in
like
my
that
head,
shit
I'm
at
like, I'll just play it off until a black dude gets comfortable. And as soon as he gets comfortable, I'll just tee up on the back of his fucking head and then I'm going to go beat Stick Boy up.
Dude.
You know, but
Yeah.
He walks around with a bodyguard
Yeah.
and he bumps into dudes.
And then they're like, "It's a joke! It's a joke!
Oh.
It's a YouTube prank!" And you're like,
yeah.
"Fuck you, man!" Yeah.
I love when that, like, the ones that, like, if I'm going up an escalator and you reach over and you touch my old lady,
Oh,
you know, and I can get a hold of you, I'm going to get a hold of you.
yeah.
And every once in a while, you get to see the one where the guy goes to reach over and the other dude just immediately
Just
reaches
slap.
out, snatches his fucking hand and drags,
Totally, yeah.
and they immediately start crying.
Yeah.
It's a prank video. It's a prank video. It's a prank
Yeah.
video. It should just be a law that if you play those pranks and you do those videos and somebody smacks you in the mouth, it's all right.
Dude.
It shouldn't be illegal at all.
Yeah.
If you're gonna play that prank and you get smacked in the mouth, there should be no consequences.
Yeah.
It should be
100%.
You know, it's
fair play.
It's
Should
some
be,
way.
there
Yeah.
should be like a fair play law. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Exactly,
you,
man.
you poked the bear, dude. Like,
It's
you know
just
what I mean?
not. It's not.
Yeah, it's
you
fine.
know,
I
it's
saw
not
one.
right.
There was a guy going down the escalator, and a dude grabs the guy's phone out of his hand, going up the opposite direction, right? And the dude like looks back and fucking looks, and there's a guy filming with a legit camera, and the guy just grabs the fucking dude's camera and goes down the escalator. Right, so he took
and the other one's panicked.
So he panics and he just fucking wham smashes it on the ground. You're like, yeah, dude, that's what's up. You know?
Yeah.
You just got your shit, bro. Your $4,000
Yeah.
camera's toast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But-
Because there was someone else filming it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was awesome, man. But
I love that.
I will tell you what, I've been caught into another loop of Japanese prank show
Oh, dude,
fucking things. Did you see that one? Did I show you that one with the bomb and the rocket? And the,
3、2、1、ドーンドーンうわーすごいどうなるんだろうでこのまま落ちるそう見せるってことけどどういうこと規模がでかすぎる
There's obviously no litigation to it. You
there's some,
obviously
yeah.
can't- you
I don't know
know,
how they get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A different society, man.
I don't know how the fuck you get away with it, man. It's so fucking good.
In Japan?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
It-
I'll show you some shit.
I-
Japan's badass. There's no regulation on that shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No
My
litigation.
favorite one is
You
the
can't sue somebody for it.
Oh.
You know what I mean? You're not. You know what I mean? Because here, if I went to work one day and they decided to prank me, and I'm at work and
You
all of a
could
sudden they
claim
start
mental
saying,
anguish
"Oh
or
my
fucking
god,
something, you know what I
dude,
mean?
I'm suing. I'm
Yeah.
retiring early."
dude. It is wild.
Yeah.
It's I'll find it. We'll have to splice it in. Maybe we'll do a little.
Yeah, I made a mark.
Okay, yeah. It is so fucking funny, man. I've watched it about 150 times. I think.
Yeah.
And I just that shit. Also Kenny, have you seen the ones on top of the snow mountains with the massage chairs?
No, they were. Yeah.
You know, Kenny, actually, weren't you on some game show for the bird?
続いてはカリフォルニア州ケニーさんからの投稿ハト
And I remember you said it. I remember it being on like some Japanese game show.
Yeah.
That's wild. Did it get on ridiculousness or anything like that, or it was pre all that, right?
It was like their version of it.
Yeah. It was wild, man. How much did they send you? Like $100 or something?
500.
Really?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 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 The YouTube shit is nuts.
So you've been into. We kind of got into it on the last pod about the Olympics,
Oh my God.
and one of the things that I forget, because I really did kind of get turned off by the
Ceremony.
the opening ceremony.
all
You
the
know,
hubble-
and again,
hubble-
we talked about it. I really, it needs to be more about
the
the
sports.
power of the athleticism
Right.
and the human beings that are doing it, and not just more of the
Yeah.
we need to push everybody onto this diversity stuff. But
Sure.
you watching it, you just catching the highlights, and then you catch the highlights, and then you want to take the next step, and you want to
Totally.
watch,
Yeah.
watching, you and I watched that one girl doing the shot put, man.
Oh, yeah,
oh
dude.
God,
All
please start an OnlyFans.
Yeah. Totally.
I was watching women do discus and throwing
Yeah.
discus, and just watching the one relay.
Yeah.
The mixed relay where
Yeah.
it was, I think it was girl, boy.
Oh, they did. I didn't see that one. Yeah, Sha'Carri Richardson,
Dude.
right, or whatever. Her name is?
Yeah, man, and she
chick
fucking
moves, dude. You know,
came up on anchor and just was ghost, man.
Dude.
And I watched another one
Yeah.
the other day, and it was an American, and she was in the back of the pack, and I mean, not even kinda. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she just put the heat on, man, and she ended up right at the last second.
really
took
getting
first place,
dude,
man.
It's unfucking.
Did you see
real.
the young white girl, the Swedish, like, I don't know, it was like it was the full
the 400 or something?
yeah,
like that?
something like that, the full circle.
Yeah.
And she gets up there, and they all take off, and she takes off, and it's her and like Ethiopia and Kenya
All
and
the
America.
runners.
And everybody but her has an amazing tan.
Right.
And as they come around the thing, everybody's pushing hard on her, man,
Yeah.
and they're trying, and she just stayed focused.
Yeah.
And she won, man. And
Yeah.
it was really, 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 really awesome to watch, man.
Yeah.
Kenny was, jumping up and down,
The
loving his
Swedes.
Aryan
Yeah.
pride. Like, oh, we get to more white women to breed out more kids. I mean, not, Kenny doesn't talk about it on air, but we all know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I get it. Yeah, until you watch breakdancing. Right?
Yeah.
Until breakdancing came on.
And
and Kenny, this is another one. Have you seen the Australian breakdancer?
I heard about it.
Holy
So
shit.
here's what bothers me. Here's what bothers me about this is I watch breakdancing.
Yeah.
I watch hip hop culture,
Right.
breakdancing, DJing, beatboxing. I watch that stuff on YouTube all the time.
Right.
I love it. You ever getting into the beatboxing and the loop and all? Oh God, it's insane. And then I watch on my Instagram. There's probably 6 or 7 different little breakdancing videos people that I
Sure,
follow.
yeah,
And it is absolutely insane, the athleticism and the flexibility of these people that get out there and do this stuff.
Right.
It's absolutely
Unreal, yeah.
incredible. And so then the other day I'm sitting there, I'm flipping through the TV for the bar, and it's like breakdancing, and I was all,
Whoa.
breakdancing.
First of all, I didn't even know it was in the Olympics.
I didn't
You know
either
what I mean?
until
Yeah.
then.
And apparently it's not going to be ever again.
Oh, really?
America's already like, we're not
I-
doing that.
I
See, that's
think
crazy.
that's
I
because
I
they
do
showed
think
up.
it's, huh?
I think that's because they over demonstrated.
I don't know. I just don't
Like
No,
think
they
that,
said,
that lady
the
from
athleticism.
Australia, though, the person that it was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
I happened to see it live.
You could have watched Craig and I
Literally, I
could have gone out there and looked better doing it.
Yeah.
It was the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was as
100%.
if someone got to watch a 5-minute video of breakdancers and they're like, now do your version. You know what I mean? Like,
See,
do
but
your
it
version.
is a worldwide phenomenon that goes on
100%.
all the fucking time. It's like, how does this happen? I mean, I watch the Red Bull breakdancing. I put on at the bar all the time. I watch it all the
Red
time.
Bull does breakdancing?
Red Bull does, yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and they got,
That's- She's a plant.
Yeah.
No, really.
Well,
From my perspective.
you're not
Yeah.
wrong in a certain sense because I happened to see it live. I just happened to be on my phone or on the TV, and I was like, "Fucking, what's going on in the Olympics?" I clicked the button, and I watched the chick, maybe Korean. I don't know who she, maybe American. She was
If she
obviously
was
an Asian
Korean,
lady.
though, she was probably really good.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Did this incredible fucking set, right?
Yeah.
And then I watched I just happened to watch the Australian chick do it live, and I was like, "Is this like?"
Yeah.
Then I left it, and I was like, "Is this the Olympics?"
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I thought it was like a skit
Yeah.
or like,
Yeah, it's
because
like, yeah,
she's
Mad
flopping
TV
on the
or
fucking
something.
ground. She's doing like the weirdest moves. Not one actual breakdancing move, but at
Nothing.
one point she's doing the kangaroo. You know what I mean? All this
Yeah.
shit. And I happened to watch it live, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" And then 15 minutes later, it's like just real
It was
Instagram.
horrible.
Instagram.
I do feel bad for her.
Yeah, but also,
You know.
she is a PhD professor. She has a doctorate in breakdancing and hip hop culture, and teaches at a university.
That's right, dude.
She's a fucking doctor.
350-page report.
Yeah, she teaches classes on hip hop dance and breakdancing culture in a university, apparently in Australia.
Huh.
Right. So, what does this suggest? That chick really hands down the best breakdancer in Australia? Absolutely fucking not.
No way.
But this
No
is
way.
literally a DEI hire because she has this prestigious. It's a better selling point. She's a university. I don't think anyone at one point was like, "Hey, actually, let me see you breakdance."
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
But
can we see
I
you
don't
actually
even know
do
how
it?
do you not?
Yeah.
Because it was so bad. How do you,
was
especially
insane,
if you watch as much as if you watch what they do,
It's nuts.
there's no way I would ever even try to, like, it would have to be me and him just completely
Totally.
mocking it.
Totally.
Add video now.
Yeah.
Just mocking
Dude,
the whole
aren't
thing
those-
because it is such a high level of athleticism.
Yeah.
Like I'm the floor routine for gymnastics probably. Like really floor routine for gymnastics. What else has that type of strength and dexterity?
I mean,
you
the
know what I mean?
rings,
Rhythm.
So everything, man.
The
It
rings,
is-
you got the fucking balance bar, you got anything
Body
to do
part,
with
but
gymnastics.
integration.
but
All the
rings,
body
balance
parts.
bar, and all that stuff is more of a pure like rings is like
or
a
the
pure
fucking
strength.
what are
thing.
the two rails? The
Yeah,
fucking-
but that's
yeah.
a lot of really just strength. The, you
Sure.
know, the floor
it's-
routines, whether you're doing the fucking
The
ribbon
or
or the
whatever.
hoops or whatever it is that you're doing out there, there's rhythm to it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And it's probably one of the only things out there where there's rhythm.
Yeah,
the rest
yeah.
of them are
It's to
just
song-
strength
it's
and
to a
balance.
song,
yeah.
right, yeah,
But
yeah.
the rhythm and the structure and the routine and what they do, it's
insane.
so incredible, man. When you watch these guys, because I grew up on this stuff. I went to breakdance stuff when I was in high
Yeah.
school. When we were freshmen in high school and in junior high, I would go with my cousins to breakdance battles.
Sure.
I'd hang out with DJs and stuff, and I would go watch this stuff and hang. I couldn't do shit.
Not at all.
None.
Dude, if I had
No.
to prop my body up on one hand to save my kids' lives,
No.
I couldn't do it.
I-
You know what I
I-
mean? Like
and-
I would try. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I try really fucking hard.
And
But there's no. You watch these guys do a one single hand,
No.
and their body's in the air, and then they push off of it, and they're fucking. You know, you're like,
or they slow,
Spinning
slow,
yeah, the spinning, yeah.
or spin upside down, slow the spin down, come out of the spin, arch their back into like a scorpion pose,
Right.
and then lift their legs up slow.
yeah.
Lift their legs up into the air,
Dude.
and then go into some other crazy ass
it's
move,
unreal,
man.
dude. Yeah.
You know, in junior high and up into early high school years, I could do rings. I could do like pegboards on the wall where you have
Really?
the pegs. Oh yeah, I
There's
could go
no
up and
way.
down. I could
Never in my
I
life.
could climb stairs. I did like climb trees and shit. Well, no, because I didn't. That's what I did all the time
You're
for a
all-
workout. No, I
Yeah.
would
No, I get it. Yeah.
I would grab the bottom of the stairs and I
Right.
would carry
Climb it.
myself up and
the back
go from the back side
Right.
and
Right.
climb up, and just do it for the fun of it. But
Right.
the pegboards that you'd have on the wall,
Oh,
where you
yeah,
take the
dude.
pegs. I can go all over that. I could do the rings, hold myself out. I could lift myself up.
Really?
Oh yeah,
There was no
yeah.
way I was ever doing that.
Oh, I could, but I could never like that type of. I couldn't.
It's insane. Yeah.
My
But
cousins
just-
were breakdancers. I
yeah.
couldn't fucking spin on one arm and,
No
and
way,
do all
dude.
that.
Yeah. But just
No,
to
man.
see Australia, it's like
It's embarrassing.
it was wild, dude. And you know what? She's, as far as I've seen, she's been a good sport about it. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully but she turned into the Hawk 2 girl for like 5 days.
No,
dude.
the Hawk 2 girl.
You know what I mean? But with the
People
amount,
love the Hawk 2
I know,
girl.
but with the amount of fucking just memes, dude. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, just the
Yeah.
like the overtaking of the internet. It was every other reel that I looked at was
if
her.
if
you
the
know?
Hawk 2 girl runs her program right, she is going to be fucking wealthy for the rest of her life off of that.
Right, right.
And it seems like she's doing
Yeah,
a
she's doing
pretty
very-
good
yeah, she's
job.
doing good.
I've watched her do some interviews, man.
Yeah, she's funny.
She's cool as hell.
Yeah.
You know, she started talking about her white trash family and
Yeah.
shit. Oh my
I'm
god.
a crack baby.
Yeah, got a crack baby on Whitney Cummings' podcast.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
He talking about I'm a crack
But
baby.
it was unfucking real, the
Yeah,
Australia
with
thing.
Matt Rife.
Yeah,
That's
and
so
then you
funny.
know everyone's up in arms about the boxing thing still, which I got in some heated arguments about it. Apparently, you know the supposedly trans boxer that beat the fuck out of that chick. You know what I
the
mean?
trans boxer that I have a hard time with this one because I don't know.
Well, that
Because I've
so the
heard
thing
I've
is,
heard that,
yeah.
that she also was born with the right chromosome to be
She's
the-
born a woman. Well, so that's the thing is you see the things. It's like, oh, she tested for XY chromosomes, right? Which is male, this and that. Apparently none of that was true. She is a female that just has a crazy hormone deficiency where she has way more testosterone than
Yeah.
every other chick on earth.
Which happens.
Sure, it happens. You know what I mean? But I got in a handful of fucking discussions about because I posted some meme that was like, if you beat the shit out of your wife, it's domestic violence, but if a fucking man beats the shit out of a chick in a boxing ring, it's fucking the Olympics, right? Ignorant. I just thought it was kind of funny. I posted that. I had a few people fucking hit me up and be like, hey, dude, like, whatever, you're buying this bullshit. I was like, you know what, man? You're not wrong. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking news source. I just read it and thought, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever. And I go to read more and I go, okay, well, apparently she is a woman. She just has she has manly testosterone, whatever. But
She's had her ass whooped.
Sure, maybe she has.
No, she's lost
I know
like
nothing
3 or
about
4 fights
Sure.
against women.
Yeah.
Like women have beat her.
Sure, that's
know,
fine. But
yeah.
I still don't like that shit. Because it speaks to everything. The swimming, the real
No,
trans
I
people that are
don't-
coming into
I
sports.
don't- yeah,
and I
I
got
don't-
like a pretty wild discussion with a few people about it because they were like, it's fucking damaging to people. And I'm like, you know what, that's
Those
fine.
same
but
exact people had to take their mask off of their face in their house to talk to you on the phone about it.
maybe, possibly.
You know,
and
I
a
mean-
lot of them, a few of them I absolutely respect as people. And I
There's
value their
there's a
opinion,
lot
you
of
know?
people that
It's
I
a great
respect.
Yeah.
Thank you. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people that I respect and love a lot.
Totally.
You know, and I have conversations with guys that I really, I know how smart they are. I know who they are as
Sure.
people, and I love them to death. But
Right.
we're not going to agree on this shit. man.
100%.
You
And
know,
that's where
I'm
the
not,
conversation's mostly ended. It's like, we
Yeah.
probably agree on everything, mostly everything, except for this thing. And I was like, 100%. But I come from a time where there was many times that I would watch my mom fucking literally have to fucking fight a man. You know what I mean? And there is a difference. You know what I mean? My mom's the toughest chick I've ever fucking met. Ever.
Look,
But it does not matter when it comes to a fucking dude. You know what I mean? Like,
If
and I was like,
Amanda
and I
Nunes-
just don't like that shit. Period.
Both
You
of
know
us,
what I mean? Like,
both of us,
I don't like it.
both of us are pretty fucking strong.
Right.
Both of us have been in fights.
Hmm.
Both of us have gone through a bunch of stuff, and we know what's up to some extent.
Right.
Amanda Nunes walks through that door
Oh, she's
right
gonna
now.
beat-
She's going to beat all of us, and she's going to do it using Kenny as a stick, and we're just going to get smashed.
100%.
That's fine.
Yeah, I get
But
it.
then put her in the ring with John Jones.
It's over.
Put her in the ring with Francis Ngannou.
Yeah. Put her
You
in the
know,
ring
and
with
then
a
say
dude
that-
that's her same weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That with the same
Yeah.
skill set. It's over.
Yeah.
You know, so, and it was like, it was interesting to see that, because that was a whole thing, and you just see how wild the spin is. It was like immediately all this shit comes out, ends up being false, you know what I mean? And you're like, fuck, you just don't know, you don't know, but I just...
Well, the thing is you don't know, and then everybody wants to hold you into whatever your opinion was and not give you a chance to change
Right,
or work.
right.
But they also then are having an opinion that really, really, really intelligent people are saying shit that just doesn't make sense.
sometimes.
And
yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
you're really smart, dude. I've sat here and had great conversations with you. How are you still thinking that it's okay for a man to transition into a woman and then jump into the boxing
Women's
ring.
sport.
Or,
Yeah.
you
Especially when
know.
it comes to violence. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
because that's my bias. It's like violence between a man and a woman is unfair.
Yeah.
Period. Fucking period, dude. I don't care what you've done
I do-
to
I'm with
yourself.
you
You know what I
100%.
mean? Like, and I don't think a lot of people have experienced violence. You know what I mean? Like, like real violence. You know what I mean? Like where I've experienced some, not nearly as much as you, but I know what real fucking violence looks like. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't think a lot of people do, man.
I agree.
You know what I mean? They don't know. Say it all the time. Like, you
If
have a
they
game
did,
plan until you get punched in the face.
They would not
right?
be
You know
fucking
what I mean?
doing these YouTube videos
Yeah,
if they
that's true.
understood
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it was like to get beat up by 3 guys that are twice your fucking size,
Yeah.
and you can't do anything about it because you know if you swing back, they're just gonna murk you.
100%.
And then you got 3 guys that are twice your size
Right.
beating the tar out of you, and you can't do a fucking thing about
Right,
it, man.
right.
You're just getting beat up.
Yeah.
You
had to-
know,
you
and
had to
there's-
just know that you're getting your
That's it.
ass whipped today.
You know what I mean? The only thing I did because that did happen. When it happened, the only thing that I thought in my head that like gave me my own little self preservation and pride was I'm not going to get off my feet.
Yeah, right.
I don't
I'm
care
not going
how
down.
I am not going down. I don't
You
care
ain't
how
sinking this ship,
nope.
dude.
I'm going to stand here and I'm going to take this shit, and at
Yeah.
the end of it, I'm going to walk away, and that's what's going to happen. I'm not going to go down.
Right.
But other than that, there was nothing else I could do.
Dude, I've
You
been
know?
there a bunch of times.
Yeah, it did your size, bro.
Yeah, totally.
You know, like, oof.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah, had a handprint covered my whole side of my head,
You got power slapped?
dude.
Yeah.
I
You
I'm
know what you
not
had to
shitting.
do? You had to
could
do-
see the handprint, Kenny, like this, like you could see where his thumb went down across my chin. It was so bad, man.
Yeah.
Both my lips were all fucking swollen,
Oh,
and my
my
eye was
God.
black, and
Yeah.
my cheek was
But
puffed.
I,
and-
like I said, I just don't think a lot of people understand real violence.
No,
you know what I mean?
and that
so
goes
it's
back
very
to-
easy to say these things. And it's like, man, you don't know what an ass whooping
But
feels
I
like.
just
you
don't
know?
even understand how you guys. They're all smart enough to understand the true aspect of biology and genetics. Like it's not like there's no they haven't been, but they still understand. A Chihuahua and a pit bull are the same thing.
Technically, yeah. A descendant of wolves.
Yeah, yeah. We're all human.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? We're all the
Yeah.
same species. We're
Yeah.
just different genetics.
100%,
And
yeah.
to think that we're all,
Even close to the
Yeah.
same. Yeah, totally. I've
Yeah,
had,
I mean-
I was at the bar last night with a kid that I roll with that is 22 years old and almost mauls me every time we roll.
Yeah.
And he's 100 pounds less than me.
it's so hot.
The sweetest kid ever. You know what I mean? And it's like, I told my wife, I was like, hey, remember when I told you this kid is always putting his dick on my face? Like, this is the kid that's putting his dick on my face. And she's like, oh, okay. And I think my value went down a little
Yeah.
bit as a man to her. You know what I mean?
I-
But this kid is a fucking savage, dude. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
like a total savage.
I got socked in the side of the head last week by a guy that was about 140
What?
or 150 pounds. Yeah,
At the bar?
not at the bar. It was in the same vicinity of the bar.
Really?
Yeah, I was actually getting ready to leave. I actually was leaving.
What?
Machi and Machi was getting ready to go, and I was going home, and so I was riding home with Machi, and Machi and Tom we got in the car and we're leaving, and then right down from the bar there's a dog grooming place, and right there on the corner of the dog grooming place,
Sure.
as we're driving by, I hear bark, 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 bark from something.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, let me see what's going on.
Yeah.
So I get out the car, walk up, and there is some fucking kid that's just, when I say kid, he was a grown man, but he was
Sure.
a young man.
Young, yeah.
And he called me old man about 12 times.
You're all dude.
But he was just spun out of his mind, man.
Oh,
you know,
really?
you could see it in his eyes.
He's like,
He was like bouncing around the whole time. And,
Yeah.
and so we're sitting we're out in front of the liquor store, and he was yelling at 2 women.
Right.
And so I got him away from the women, and got the women were, I'm guessing, going to the bar. So they
Right.
disappeared. And then when I showed up, he ran around the corner to where his friends were at.
Oh.
So I walk around the corner and like, what's going on here? And then he runs around the corner and starts telling his friends like, he threatened me, he did this, he
no.
did that. And I'm like, hey man, I didn't do anything. I'm
Yeah.
just here to like, we're just trying to make sure that everything's okay with everybody. That's all we're doing,
Yeah.
man. I'm not trying to do nothing. And this fucking little punk ass was like, he kept getting like right up in my face, like, fuck you, old man. And I'm like, whatever, man. I'm not doing nothing to you. I'm not going to take a chance. I'm not going to be that guy that is seen slamming somebody on the ground and they smack their head and they get fucking killed.
Totally, dude.
So he swings at me.
Yeah.
And when he did, I kind of just slipped a little bit, you know.
But it grazed you?
No, hold on.
Oh.
So then we kind of keep going back and forth, and he's bouncing back and forth, you know. And they go to the car. We're getting guns. Like I'm like, what? They didn't ever open the car door though.
course,
they just
yeah.
kept saying they were, you know.
Yeah.
And then there's 3 dudes. One dude just was like, he looked around and was like, I'm out. He was getting water. He fucking just booked it.
Yeah.
Which was cool because he
So
was
I
the
got a
one I was
warrant.
kind of tripping on
Yeah.
because he had to have been 6'4", 6'5".
Oh, yeah.
And probably 300 pounds, but a young Hispanic kid.
Yeah.
But he just disappeared. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
But the other 2 kept going, I'm calling my uncle right now. My uncle's a Hell's Angel. You're going to regret this. And I kept going, please call your
call him.
uncle.
Yeah,
Can we
as
just,
soon as he
can you
shows up.
please do that? Call him up. Tell him my name. Tell him what's going on. We'll see how this goes for you,
Yeah,
buddy.
totally.
You know,
Yeah.
but that never happened.
Of
And
course
so
not.
he came at me again, and we're standing there, and he swung at me, and I seen it coming, and I ducked it,
Mm-hmm.
and he missed again, and I'm like, hey man, calm down, dude. We're not like, this isn't like
The fact
what
that you're
the
letting
fuck
him
is-
swing on you and you're not kicking it, the living
he was
fuck out
smaller
of
than
him.
Kenny.
But
He was
still,
small,
man.
but
Yeah.
I can't.
yeah.
I can't.
Well, you're a bar owner.
I'm a homeowner
You're a
too.
homeowner,
and
yeah, I get it,
like
yeah.
it doesn't. It's not gonna. It's not like it's not
You have a lot to lose.
a lot to lose, and also it's not. It's not a big deal. It really isn't, and you know what I mean. It's just not. It wasn't the only thing that was just trying to get him to fucking just leave the area, just get out of here so we can
Right.
let everybody can go and we can go home.
Right.
So the third one he swung on me, I didn't see.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and he caught me right here. I mean, and he caught
Ooh.
me pretty good. I mean, it didn't.
didn't do nothing. Yeah.
It didn't do. You know, I
Just
went
roll.
and then I reached out and I went and I let it go, and I told Machi, who was there filming everything. I said, "Hey,
Oh, it's on film.
yeah, put your phone away.
Yeah.
Call the cops.
Yeah.
Get the cops here now."
Yeah.
And so, like, fucking 10 minutes later, the cops showed up, and
The kids are still there.
yeah,
Oh,
they
stayed,
rolled up. Well, they did, yeah, they didn't. They fucking spun out.
Spun out. Yeah.
So one of them walked, like when the cops showed up, one of them walked over and he kind of sat down. The kid that was swinging on me had a cast on, or like a foot boot.
Oh man.
And so
That's such an easy
he
target.
I know, man.
Damn,
I know, but again,
I would have swept that motherfucking leg so fucking hard, dude.
consequences for actions.
Right in the knee, dude.
Yep.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then that fucking guy flies up in the air, and when he lands, he smacks his head on the fucking
yeah.
curb,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you're
Yeah.
going to fucking jail.
Yeah.
Because California doesn't have a mutual fight.
Right.
There's no
right.
mutual combat.
No mutual combat. Yeah.
You know, so you're done. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, it makes a big difference in everything. Yeah, Washington State, you can throw hands
Yeah.
all day, right in front of the cops. You can throw hands.
Yeah. If you guys mutually agree.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So you're gonna love this.
Okay.
You are gonna love this. So we're sitting there, and the cop walks up to me, and you know, I usually am not into talking to cops, and if anybody's got a problem with me doing what I did, then you can fucking come talk to me about it. But the cop walks up, and we start talking, and because of his leg, they had him lay on the ground, and they had the other guy sit on the ground, but they had him lay down. And the cop walks up to me. He's like, "Okay, so what was going on? What's happening?" And I went, "Hey man, this dude," I go, "I don't know about this guy. He wasn't doing shit." I go, "But that dude was harassing a couple women out front of the dog store."
Right.
And I was like trying to just get him to calm down. He wouldn't calm down. He looks like he's fucking done a bunch of speed. He went to the car, said that he had a gun in the car a couple of times, like he was going to threaten to kill me. Like he went through all this shit, and then he ended up fucking punching me in the face. And I was just trying to get the guy to leave.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "You want to press charges?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to press charges. Hell yeah, I
Oh,
want to press
fuck.
charges."
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, which is the one thing that I normally would never, ever, like, I'd be
Sure.
like, "Nah, fuck that." But fuck him.
Yeah.
So then the cop gets done talking to me, and he walks over, and the guy's laying there on the ground, and